Okay, so today is the 22nd day of Shvat, the 20th of February. And so we finished with the issue, almost finished with the issue of the bracha. We have a few things in the bracha still to talk about. Okay. Okay, אבל הברכה עניינה המשכה ממעלה למטה, כמו עניין בריחה. So bracha means drawing from above to below, like a pool, like there's a pool above and we're drawing from it. שהוא קיבוץ מהמשכת המים. In the same way, well, actually there's some places where it says the pool is above. Here it sounds like the pool is actually below. What does it mean that the pool is below? That you're drawing the water down and it's collecting in a pool here. So the collection sounds here to be below. וגם עליו יתברך אנו אומרים ברוך. And we also say about Hashem that he's ברוך, that he's blessed. כלומר, שאנו ממשיכים גילוי הערה ממנו יתברך. Here, so this is the opposite side. That sometimes we refer to Hashem as the pool. He's the pool. So sometimes the pool is below. We're drawing down from Hashem and the water is collecting here. And sometimes we're drawing from the pool above. The pool above is Hashem himself. וגם עליו, גילוי הרע ממנו יתברך הקדושה, ממנו יתברך הקדושה ומובדלת מהעולמות. And then that pool is considered to be a revelation that is separate and distinct from the worlds. That's why we're drawing it down. שמכל מקום תאיר בהם, so that it illuminates here, so that you can see it here. ותתגלה להם על ידי המצוות. And then it will be revealed through the mitzvahs that we do. וזהו פירוש הקדוש ברוך הוא. That's why we call Hashem הקדוש ברוך הוא. Right, the holy blessed one. הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא קדוש, ואנו ממשיכים להיות ברוך. So we say הקדוש ברוך הוא. The holy blessed one. So he's holy means that he is distinct, he's separate, like we said about Kedusha in general. And we say baruch hu, blessed is he, or the blessed one, meaning that we're drawing down from him. כבר בפירוש מאמר אגדה בפרק הפועלים, as can be seen in the Gemara. There's a medrash there in Baba Metzia Pei Vav Aleph. This is a famous blot in the Gemara. It doesn't matter. Baba Metzia 86a. Kamiflige b'metivta derikia. There's a story there that they had a dispute in the heavenly yeshiva academy. And it was about a certain type of tzarat, a certain type of leprosy.
Leprosy.
And Akadosh Baruch Hu, Kutcha Brichu Amar Tahor. And the Holy Blessed One said that the person who has this is pure, that he's not tainted by the leprosy. And the rest of the Chachamim, the rest of the souls in the academy said that he is, that he's tamei. Okay? How can this be? Because he's separate. Okay? He's separate from the academy. He sees things differently.
Who?
The Holy Blessed One.
Yeah, right. Okay.
זהו שכתוב בזוהר, איהו ברוך ויהי ברכה. In the Zohar, there's all these. The Zohar is full of trying to build, call it balances between the left and the right, between the feminine and the masculine. So it takes these two words, bracha, and meaning baruch and bracha. So he says, the blessed, the baruch, someone who's blessed, that's the masculine, and somebody who is a blessing, that's bracha, that's the feminine.
Yes, right.
Okay, could be.
Okay.
פירוש אור אבא שהוא המקור שבו שורע אינסוף נקרא ברוך. So he says the light of Father, meaning the revelation that we call the Father, the wisdom, that is the source. And that's the source where we said, according to the Magid Mezrich, בו שורע אינסוף. That's where the infinite dwells in every world. We explained this in length when we were learning in Mitzvah Tefillah and elsewhere. We said that the Magid, one of his big chidushim, is that in every world, the only way that the infinite can be contained is in the sphere of wisdom, and the sphere of Chokhmah in that world. Why? Because Chokhmah has bittul. And so it becomes, like we said, the analogy I gave was like, what do you hold the strongest acid in? So you have to have something that somehow won't be affected by it. So what's not affected by the light of the infinite? Something that's completely nullified, something that is completely nullified to it. So then it can hold it. So he says that's the light of Father. That's what we say that it's the source, it's the blessed. And the light of the mother, the Bina, which is receiving from the Father, that's called the blessing itself. Like you said, the vessel. It works very well, actually, what you said before. One way of thinking of this is, we're working on, I don't want to reveal all the secrets together because of taping it, but one of the biggest questions now in AI is how do you build a system so that it has some kind of self-criticism. It's very hard to come to self-consciousness.
Kind of a thing?
Yeah, sort of that. So you can't do it. You can't do it all in one. You have to do it in parts. So one of the things I came across, been working on this for a few weeks for Galei Night because we're doing this AI for inner.org for the site. So one of the things I came across was that the best model to use is, we call them agents. So you have the main reservoir of the that you trained a neural network, and then you have agents that use this network. So the neural net itself, the place where everything is stored, that's like the Bina. We call that the Bina. The reasoning agent, now he looks at what the Bina brings out.
Yes.
That's called Da'at.
Yes.
It's reasoning, it's doing something on it.
Yeah.
So you have this reservoir of all this information, and it's organized in a completely different way than it used to be. It used to be just, it's just like a flat database. That's what the internet is, and now you have it arranged in a neural net, which makes it very, very different. So you're accessing it in a different way. You're actually still accessing it, but in a very different way than you were before, and you don't know exactly what you'll get out. There's also very hard to repeat. You won't get out the same, even if you give the same prompt, you probably won't get out the same information. There's always slight differences. So you don't know exactly what you're going to get out, but then you need to take the information that you got out, and you need to start reasoning on it, start thinking on it. So really, it's a very spherotic type of process, because apparently that's what happens inside of us. Our Bina is the one that receives. It's like the pool. It's like the pool of all the information, but it's set up in the mind, so it's not like a flat database. It's just everything is there. It's a neural network. The memory is very different than the way we used to using sequential or flat memory.
Yes.
But it's still a pool. It's still a reservoir,
Yes.
and then something else has to work on it. So, where all the information came from, that's the wisdom.
Yes.
The wisdom is like, we said, it's like drops. It comes down almost like a stream. It can be a steady stream, but it drops. And then it's slowly collected inside the Bina. The Bina becomes the pool. And then, מישהו שינה, אנחנו לא נגענו. הפוך, לא רצינו לגעת, לא ידענו מה עשינו. So we take the pool, and now, once the pool brings out something, it's revealing something, so now we want to reason on it. We want to think about it. So that's the Da'at. So the Chokhmah is like the source. That's what he said here. The Chokhmah is the source. That's where you get all your information from. And the source could be many things. It could be a conversation. It could be a book. It could be anything you're feeding into the neural net. The Bina is the pool. It's what constructs the whole way that everything is organized. But what it brings out as its output, now you have to start reasoning on it. You have to start thinking on it. It's a new stage. The problem with most of these systems is that they're not so complex right now. People haven't figured this out yet. What they do is they just have, whatever the Bina brings out, that's what they're happy with.
Yes.
But that can be complete hallucination, because the exterior of Bina is imagination, is koach hamedame. So you need Da'at which connects you to reality, to say whether this thing that's coming out actually makes any kind of sense, and is something that's useful, and you're going to do something with it, or it's just something. So this is, in my mind, this is a big breakthrough, because we're seeing very, very different results now that we're doing it this way. Right, it's rebuilding.
I'm taking it into personal psychology. Since you're saying this, it's parallels completely.
That's exactly the same.
Yes.
Well, I mean, for years we've known. I started working with neural nets in the 80s in college, we were building them on chips, meaning in silicon. We were making it in VLSI. And now, so at most we had like 10 neurons that we could work with. It wasn't very complex. And now there's millions of neurons. They're very slow relative to the hardware. When it was hardware, it was very fast. But anyway, so all those ideas that I had when I was in college in the 80s, they're now coming back, and I'm beginning to be able to use them. But then I didn't know Kabbalah as well. I didn't know, but now I'm seeing now how this can be very, very useful to build a neural net the right way. Well, not the neural net's already built, but to build the cognitive functioning of the AI the right way. Anyway, so this is what he's saying, that the Bina is a pool in the end. It's just a pool. It's not really reasoning. It can't really reason. It's just giving you information in a very strange way.
Yes.
You can't really fully understand it until you actually get it. It's not ordered. It's ordered because...
It's ordered, but it's not ordered where cognitively...
Right. It's ordered linguistically. It sounds right.
Yeah.
But it could be that when you think about what is it actually saying, it's not very useful. So you have to rethink what you get out from the output. That's the dot already. Okay. So let's end here.